by Pastor may be represented by respected Deputy Vice Chancellor, Administration Professor.
Hello. Okay. Yes, I'm happy to say this to us today. This program is highly rated in university. And this city because of the life and our father, President Oye-Ekiti. We have one case. One of our employers here, President. So it's practically like that. This is what so I'm happy to I want to this. Praise us. This is another I want to say to you, our heroes, that do not sacrifice places, pray for my family. That's what I was put here today. Even when they have to flash very so this is so I'll put you in my
Nínú attendance wọn, attendance wọn máa gbà máa wá fún wọn sọ́dọ̀ class.
Before the vice chancellor speaks, because after the vice chancellor, we
let us declare it open first.
Okay.
Okay.
I will.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, colleagues. Good morning. On behalf of the acting vice chancellor for the English, who is out of it for official purpose. In the name of God, who represent the message, I declare this workshop open. Thank you very much, sir. This is my welcome address as the director of the business and private security. On this day, thank you, as one day we visit the Entrepreneurial of the university. Because so ever. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, the vice chancellor. I want to please share my dear. It is very clear and profound sense of responsibility that I want to welcome you to this Sunday meeting. Please sign for Entrepreneurial across the university. Today's gathering marks a significant moment. Not just as an event, but the checkpoint of our economy towards building a truly entrepreneurial and innovation-driven university. As someone who has experienced the university of the technology, innovation, and and now, coordinating the technology services. I speak both of Australia and Rio. Over the years, entrepreneurship has only has evolved to a vision, to a living structure. I appeal for the United States. Over the years, entrepreneurship has only has evolved from a vision into a living structure of the legal expanding program and increasing motivated students. From small vocational classes to free skills and skills, both are very important. As soon as students pick up learning chairs, cameras, imports, e-cards, business cameras, and perform them means to program, set layers, and most appropriations. Mr. Minister, I want to tell you something. I spent 3 years before when we went to and I want to say this. Our first three graduates, only 3 graduates of them, what I taught them, are working with them. Most of them are high level businesses and are big level. But we cannot afford to stop them. We push on the back stop. That is why we are here today. Today is not our decision. It's not to go back and say it's okay, it's a way forward. That is the purpose of our being here today. We have our work, we have the now, and what is the suggestion of the meeting? I will thank God that people who are taking decisions, most of them here from the university. So that's why I have to do that. Because definitely the work of the that's the big news. As soon as I got towards skill-based employment and developing education systems, none of us simply for knowledge to create jobs. Our graduates are no longer dependent on places. They must graduate with competencies that have a variant mindsets practice skills and serve them as creators of opportunities and not job seekers. This is why our producers are also citizens. You are not just focused on training systems, you are vision carriers. You are able to see them, you are able to see them leaders. You are leaders. This kind of thought to reflect and position a greater impact. The kind of thought, I said earlier, to reflect and position a greater impact. We must ask ourselves, are we fully empowering ourselves to work for many in the past we are living in? Are we fully doing this supposed to be? Yes, we have visions and others, defining for us, we have visions and missions, and which we read as our Bible. When we have the Bible, we have source. We are not really living up to the visions. Where are we now? And what we need to achieve. Just 2 days ago, we had again, being one of the first four successful acts in that history is now being greater than the service in the government. So you know what to do. And the only way for us to go is to keep working hard. Because you can't really say nobody can reach the rich. So the rich is always ahead of us. You must really lead this side and move forward and not go to the as a director, my own director is committed to the person that is happening and I know the back for you. As far as the innovation and services, my educational and global realities. The future of Oye-Ekiti program lies in our ability to innovate, collaborate, and scale. Look at us here, if you look at us here, you see the director of innovation. So, and it's not only entrepreneurship and being piloted by director of business and services for this program alone. And when you look at the program, even the program we are, even the director we are having, is also an arm of entrepreneurship. I'm not saying to lie, you are not creating policies here. I'm just saying everything. The integration is there for us to work on. The only thing select for us to move forward. Let us use this to synergize, to learn, and forge new directions together. Let us commit ourselves to building a Oye-Ekiti innovation and purpose. And purpose-driven education are the backbone of every graduate's success stories. Once again, I welcome you all, and I look forward to having you engagement of the day. Thank you, and God bless. Our graduates cannot depend only on their certificates, but on providing adding additional skills. We mentioned global realities. We said need for innovation, and of course, need for system. Can make this together for the thank you so much. That is well said. And this is the and move on. All right. This is the information. The registrar is here. It represented by our honorable Mr. Sunday. So, with that said, of course, we will go to research and we are going to have the first lecture now. Like I said, events and time, and of course, improving because money is only invite Professor Oye-Ekiti to give us his very bold and of course, his carrying words of history for all.
Okay, the acting Vice Chancellor, every represented and distinguished admin, Professor Tajudeen Ola, the Registrar, every represented the Deputy Registrar Assistant, Mr. Sunday, our internal members, Professor Olade Kabolaji and Professor Olufemi, my dear amiable Director for Innovation, Professor S.S. Ayada, the Director for Public Relations, and ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by bringing greetings for the substantive Vice Chancellor, Professor Abayomi Sunday Fashion, who saw what we had and whatever, and called me if I were aware of this, and I have to apologize for not briefing it. But yes, because we have put this whatever and so on. So he asked me to inform of that's exactly what I said. That my house is with. So I'm passing the message. Now, let me say that you are welcome to this retreat. As a retreat for entrepreneurial development officers. And I just whispered to Professor Ayada that we come out with very like this, whatever it is, and that's all. And so we will collect maybe attendance, collect the phone numbers, so that we will open a platform for entrepreneurial development officers, and then the training will continue. Okay. Reason being that we are a critical mass that we need for the journey of the future. There is no way you can run a university today and succeed if you don't have a vibrant and robust entrepreneurial program. Our students ought to be earning money before they leave this. So if you are entrepreneurial development officer, we are working and our students are not with us, just know we are not yet working. Are you with me? We are not yet working. Our students should be able to collect jobs, 800,000, 2 million, and what? Those of the some of our students were the ones we are taking around to showcase and so on what we are doing and what are doing. And I want to say that with that, this will not be the only training. In fact, there will be a training that will go to, I discussed with you, that we will go to the factory, the company, all right, and have a 1 day or a 2 day engagement. Because anybody who must guide in entrepreneurship, who must guide future entrepreneurs, must have a very good understanding of what the current, what is currently demanded from us, for them. The truth of the matter is that these Gen Zs, they are the ones who won't do something. You understand what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? Like Gen Z, they are the owners of this country. Their population is increasing per day. We are being told that by 2050, they will become the population, the mode population for Africa. Okay, and that means if we don't engage them, and there are no white collar jobs, we don't engage them and put something meaningful in their hands, then we will find ourselves in trouble. Even when you train your own children and make them ready, if your children are well fed and your neighbor's children are hungry, and you say it doesn't concern you, the day it will concern you is coming. When they remove the roof from your head, and prevent you from sleeping, you will know that it concerns you. So I want us to take it very serious. We are planning that we will produce clusters in this university, 5, 6, 7 clusters. All right, where a student, for instance, it may be a student of nursing whose greatest passion in life, he has interest, he also has interest in, let's say, event planning. That student of nursing will be able to come to the event planning cluster and grow himself or herself, such that in those clusters, students with ideas will come and share their ideas. As they share their ideas, who entrepreneurial development officers who will be assigned to the various clusters. You are the one who will register the ideas. Encourage the students to set up a team. They will build it there among themselves who are interested. All you are going to do is to facilitate them in their program, in their own. And they will prepare everything to the point where they are ready to pitch the idea. And at the point they are ready to pitch the idea, we started Entrepreneurial and Innovation Week. Now, the intention is that as time goes on, they will be coming to those places to pitch. We'll be inviting people from entrepreneurs from all over the country to come and listen to the pitch. And those who will want to support them, so that they can start off while they are school, the way. Now, before I take my seat, let me share something with you. How many of you have heard of Instagram? How many of you can just say Instagram? You are not there for Instagram. There's no way you can run on Instagram when you are not in those stages. Instagram. Please go and Instagram. If you are not, because there is no way you will be relevant to what we are saying. You must speak like them. You must follow them everywhere they are going. Or else you will get lost. They are not the one who will get lost. And when you get lost, even this village should have an Instagram, whatever. When you get lost, you will have the student will have left you behind. Then you are no longer development. That's the thing. Now, one of the co-founders of Instagram is Kevin Systrom. Okay? Systrom was a marketer. He was working to the marketing company. He was a marketer. But during his pastimes, Kevin will always want to play or enough programming. So he takes programming as an interest. Okay? And so whenever he has a pastime, free time to use, instead of going to watch African magic, instead of going to watch whatever, sister will spend it on that his interest, which is programming. He kept doing like that until that thing got into something that he felt this is meaningful. and he started working strongly on it. And then, when finally he didn't name it Instagram, when the thing was ready, he understood it to the point that he looked for who to sell it, and he walked over to Zuckerberg on Facebook. He convinced Zuckerberg that Facebook will be relevant within the next 5 years. He convinced him. He told him what? And why there must be add-ons on Facebook if Facebook will continue to uphold its relevance. And he brought that to Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg bought Instagram from Kevin System at the price of $1 billion US. Excuse me. The marketing Kevin read in school, can you ever make $1 billion for it? If you want all this. Hello? Am I talking to living people? Come on. Will he ever make it in his life? So we must encourage our students that as they run the business of school, they must run their interests. And their interest and their business must find a common. Alright? There may be something that will give you a name if they never give you money. There is something that will give you money if they never give you a name. And your business as development officer for entrepreneurship and innovation is to be able to create an ecosystem where all the students will be able to understand this doctrine and run with it. If you cannot do that, then we are finished. So the essence of this training is to begin to prepare our mind. Because the man who will lead the people of the 2,000 feet, 2,000 cubits ahead of the people. And so it's not a business of just coming to attend and going. It's a business where we must open our mouth. It's a business where we must open. It's a business where we must understand the rudiments that takes a man to preach. It's a business where we must understand how a person opens a company. It's a business where we can understand how digitally you can find all the information you need and so on, because you are the one who will facilitate the job of this. And so I want you to understand that university believes in this as the way forward tomorrow. That's why university is looking at everything. It's not about I know your face, so you will be there. You are not like your face, you won't be there. No, it's about what do you have to deliver. Are you with us? It's about what you have to deliver. If you have nothing to deliver, even if we know your face, we will bypass you. So if you will need to start saying passing up to the it's so that we will take this training very serious. Before I take my seat, let me commend Professor S.S. Hayada for all that is doing in innovation. You will sometimes I forget that it's a chemist. Yes, sometimes I forget that it's a chemist. We are not doing a professor, decide to be a professor of innovation rather than chemistry. But I must confess that it's holding the fort, it's fanning the embers, and bringing the young people to flame. I know that it's a lot of effort for him, and he's touching them in hundreds now. But the challenge we're having is that we must touch them in their tens of thousands. Okay? And so we are trusting God, and we will expand, as time goes on, we will expand those opportunities so that several of you will be like Ayala and will run like him. So I must also thank Mr. Ogunjobi. The other thing I have against Ogunjobi here is that the director of Entrepreneurial is not here. I expect that she also should be here, and it's something we will do here. Together we are stronger. Thank you.
Yes, we will permit Oga, we have to put Oga from somewhere here, and then we have to go back to the place. So you will permit us to respond when it's ready. Take away from that. Our students should be by education. This day origins creation of business process. Videos to mentor and provide and also mentorship to students. Of course, we are pleased to be their guests. And they are not all of us. Develop one person is something meaningful. And so said, something we can be. So other evidence to use money and money or said we will expand these opportunities. Once again, I'm not going every assisted by our respected vice president, our father, so family, and because sports, economic, education, and
All right. Because we have cooperatively and collaboratively working together. And our policy, that of myself and that of acting vice chancellor and the vice chancellor, have been the ones put across by our deputy vice chancellor. All the same, so that you won't say that I didn't say anything. Please, the legal minister of education was with us on weeks back, and they were with us to ascertain our level of compliance with the dictates of the implementation and the dictates of the implementation of the fiscation panel. And one of the cardinal points raised was staff training. Staff training. Staff training. I want to give them one of our directors to keep the flag flying. And as we keep the flag flying, collaborate also with the entrepreneurial directorates so that at the end of the day, we shall have what we are looking for. Also, attendees, please get your certificate filed in your respective units. During accreditation, at times, most of our staff will not showcase the certificates that we must have collected from trainings, especially the ones, the inner ones, the inner ones. Believing that the only one that we should give the certificates. When we are sent to Morocco, the certificate of this training is part of our developmental program as a university. So, please keep the certificates. And sir, you have been producing very beautiful certificates. Improve on what you have been producing so that you will be able to keep the certificates, at least for references whenever we have accreditors and visitors. I wish everybody the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I understand that. Please give us our group photograph. Videos. Group photograph, videos, and of course, you know, the services as well. Group photograph. Videos is a group thing. The group photograph, so because we are increasing Africa, and this my similar of Professor Ananda Olusola S. Professor Olusola S. Ananda. Of course, it's not a great one. Olusola Professor Olusola Sonia is a professor of nanoscience. You have nanoscience and nanotechnology, Department of Chemistry, Federal University.
Sorry, we are talking now. We are just starting though. And we are already pleased. Let us concentrate.
Thank you, sir. So let
me stand up.
I'm the Director of Innovation and Digital Technology at Oye-Ekiti, Professor Olusola Sunday Ananda has spearheaded ground-breaking initiatives that drive technological advancements, interdisciplinary collaboration, and global recognition of the university. That, by the Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Abayo question, the FUOYE Innovation Law was established, providing a dynamic framework for fostering creativity, research, commercialization, and industry partnerships. Professor Ananda initiated the FUOYE Innovation Law, a platform, a platform that brings together students and staff to engage in cutting-edge technological and problem-solving programs. A significant aspect of its role includes enhancing FUOYE's global rankings. He coordinated university participation in Times Higher Education rankings, leading to FUOYE's impressive national and international standing in multiple categories, such as the impact ratings, interdisciplinary science rankings, sub-Saharan African rankings, and world university rankings. Beyond institutional rankings, Professor Ananda has driven FUOYE's digital transformation by overseeing the management of over 7 university social media platforms through strategic digital engagement. These platforms enhance FUOYE's visibility and promote academic programs and also foster a strong online presence for students, faculty, and alumni. He has also led several capacity building initiatives, organizing boot camps, training sessions, and webinars to equip students and staff with coding, web design, and emerging skills. His tenure as the Director of Innovation and Technology has positioned Oye as a hub for technological excellence, bridging the gap between academia, industry, and innovation, and ensuring that the university remains at the forefront of scientific and digital advancements. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present a highly resourceful but for this meeting, who shall be discussing the topic roles in driving innovation through vocational and soft skills development in SAP.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir, for the wonderful citation. And first and foremost, I recognize the acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Olugomishitu, in absentia, the DVC SPRI, Professor J.O. Ogunwole. I must also thank the Director of Integrated Services and Training for this invite. Thank you very much, sir, for inviting us. My name still remains Professor Olusola Sunday Ayonda, the Director of Innovation and Digital Technology. I'm sorry, I'm used to using lectern for lectures. But now I have to have my system down, which I'm not used to. But I'm going to try my best. And I'm going to be taking you through the roles in driving innovation through vocational and soft skills development in Nigerian universities. And then, first and foremost, I've been informed that this workshop should be interactive in nature, and that is the reason why I'm going to be asking questions. So my first slide will be on the innovation. Can somebody please raise up his or her hand and define what innovation actually means, please, in the house? You know, I've been informed it should be an interactive class, so I'm going to ask you a question, you can ask me a question, and that's how the lecture is going to be. What is innovation, please? Can someone try, please? Ma?
Introduction of new development.
Okay.
Introduction of new development.
Introduction of new development. Any other definition of innovation, please?
Creating a new idea.
Yes, creating a new idea. One last participant, please. What is innovation? Okay. Somebody is there? Okay.
Ability to appreciate.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Now, innovation, as it's written up there, it means process of translating ideas into new or improved products, services, or processes that create value. We are in innovation. You should know that what we do in innovation is what we create value. And innovation is different from invention. Invention is when you create something new from the start. But when we talk about innovation, it doesn't have to be something new. It is something that is in existence before. You now find a new way of doing it. You improve on it, and that is what is known as innovation. And if you look at the diagram up there, you can see that maybe in the 90s, if you want to have the area view of the Federal University of Oye-Ekiti, you have to first of all rent an helicopter. You look for a cameraman and camera. You see how much that is going to be involved. But now you can see somebody just wake up one day and say, okay, no, there should be something that can fly on its own, such that I wouldn't need to rent an helicopter in order to have the area view of Federal University, and that is innovation. So that is, it involves, creativity, problem solving, and the ability to apply knowledge in practical ways. And that is innovation. And then in innovation, whatever you innovate must be desired, must be desired by either the country or the state or the world. It has to be, the desirability must be there. That's what I want to say. And it must also be viable as well. It must be possible. You can't just wake up one day and say, okay, I want this whole building to fly. Is that feasible? It's not feasible. So whatever you are innovating has to do what? To be feasible. And another thing is, which people should know, is that in innovation, what we look at is viability. That whatever, with this thing I'm trying to innovate, is it actually viable? That is to say, can you make money from it? Can you make money from what you are? So that is also one of the critical things you need to consider. Now, innovation fuels national growth. How can we grow? We have been saying, okay, well, there is problem in Nigeria, yet we are not innovating. So when we innovate, there will be national growth, there will be competitiveness. Imagine when we have something we innovate in Oye-Ekiti and we broadcast it. OAU will be saying, okay, I also want to do something new. I also want to. So Unizik will also be doing their own. And with that one, there will be what? There will be national growth. And the ability to do what? To address socio-economic challenges such as unemployment. Unemployment will not be there again, because when we have industry, when we have hubs, we have startups, students, even when they graduate here, they will still remain here working. So there will be there will be employment, and then there will be no infrastructural deficit. As I said initially, I'm not used to presenting with that lecture, so I'm sorry for that. That's why I'm holding my phone, please. Now, let's go to the second slide, please. Now, yes, this is the second slide. Innovation in Nigerian university. Now, the world is rapidly evolving, driven by technology, creativity, and innovation. Universities play a crucial role in shaping future leaders and problem solvers. So in a university like the Federal University of Oye-Ekiti, what should be our work for is to do what? To develop future leaders. Because our time has gone. Now, we have Gen Z. Now, in fact, somebody was telling me that the Gen Z has already even passed, that we have another one now. I don't know what it's called. But, we have to groom future leaders, and we should be able, from now, to train students who will be problem solvers. Not that you see problem, and then you run away from problem. In fact, innovators, they see problems as opportunity. It's when you see the problem, now say, oh, okay, there is an opportunity here. Take, for example, those guys that worked on no pay. They discovered when you make payment and maybe it doesn't deliver. You will just be going to bank severally, filling forms, and then, you won't get your money back. In fact, there was a time I paid through Start Time, I think, or maybe GoTV. See, today, the money, I never see the money. I never see the traces of the money is gone. And that's why they come up with this Paycom, and then nowadays, with OPay, even when your money does not deliver, it gets reversed immediately. Everything just went. That is innovation. So, but there is a problem in Nigeria, which is the problem of unemployment. So now, in Nigeria, despite producing thousands of graduates annually, unemployment remains high due to a mismatch between academic knowledge and practical skills. Now, what this statement actually means is that, academic knowledge and practical skills should go hand in hand. But unfortunately, in our Nigerian university, most Nigerian universities, all we are concerned about is the knowledge. We know, there is no synergy between the industry and the academia. Students, they go into classes just to write exams, and they are done. Nothing, they are not put through practical skills, and that is actually the problem. So when they go out there, I'm telling you, they find it difficult to be able to work. In fact, it is when they employ them, they start training them on what they are supposed to do. Recently, I think we had a meeting, the innovators, with some people in Scotland, where we have students to preach their work. I think we did that last week or 2 weeks, from Scotland. We discovered that even all our pitches that, our students, they are telling us that maybe 15 years back, they are already doing that one in Scotland. So that is the way. So we're supposed to do what there should be there should be a synergy between academia and practical skill. I mean, academic knowledge and practical skills. Now to the second slide now. Now, there is no way we will talk about, sorry about that. There is no way we will talk about innovation or entrepreneurship without mentioning vocational skills and soft skills. Both are very, very essential when it comes to entrepreneurship. Now, what is vocational skills? Vocational skills are technical, practical abilities acquired through hands-on training and experience. So when we talk about vocational skills, we are talking about putting students, even staff together, and then putting them together in order to do something. You can see them, it's all hand-on. That is to say, you put your hands on it, not just. Yes, that still reminds me when I schooled at University of Ilorin, the DST. Even now, you just hear of NMR and there's equipment. These are machines. You hear about GCMS, all those things, and everything we just be memorizing are just the principles of those machines. But when I traveled to South Africa, I discovered that what we have never seen in our life, in fact, it is those people that are doing diplomas that are playing with all these instruments. And it's so shameful in Nigeria that when these machines, let's assume they buy it at that time, they will go and lock it in one room. They will lock it in one room so that nobody will touch it. I don't know why. In fact, there was one in Unilorin that I had, a GCMS was placed in a room, locked. All you can only do is just to go to the glass, window and peep at this equipment. There is no hands-on training, and maybe one day there was rain and the roof was removed and the rain just wet and destroyed that machine. That's the way we are in Nigeria. So in Nigerian university, they are sure. Vocational skills means hands-on training. So, and what does it do? Vocational skill equip individuals to start what? Businesses. So it will help our students to engage in skill profession and contribute to technical industry. So example are like the fashion. I've been in entrepreneurship for a long period of time. When I got there, I could see people into fashion, this side, people into cake making, different. Unfortunately, I don't think it's there anymore. So these are These are vocational skills. So vocational education fosters self-reliance. For students, they will have that self-reliance, and it will reduce unemployment. By the time they graduate from the university, they won't have to be looking for job elsewhere. At least they will start something. And even while they are in school, they will still be earning money. And they won't need, our guests won't need to be running after big men or the chancellor or these governors. And and it's going to boost innovation, because when you have, you put your hand on something, things creatively, you start be thinking creatively. Like for example, not just let me use cake making as an example. People are used to making cakes, and it should just be round or four square. But now you could see people doing birthday, and the cake will look exactly like the celebrant. That is innovation. So people will say, I think there was a time I saw somebody, Dangote, when he did the birthday, we could see somebody that made a cake that looks like, there is Dangote truck, Dangote this and that, and it even sugar, everything was made with cake. So when they put their hands on these things, the innovation is going to. So let's go to what I mean by a soft skill now, to another slide. But there is something that is also missing, even when you give all this to students or staff. The soft skill is also a problem in Nigerian universities. Soft skills, what are soft skills? These are personal attributes that determines how effectively individuals interact, communicate, and work with others. Again, let me read again. Attributes that determine how effectively individuals interact, communicate, and work with others. And this is what makes somebody that went to school, if you go to school, when you are selling commodity, the way you sell your commodity will be different from somebody that does not go to school. It's because of the communication. And for me, that's why, the other time, the deficit was mentioning, all these social media that we have created for Federal University Oye to make it feasible. And I also challenge you today when it comes to soft skills, how to communicate, how to showcase, you need to showcase yourself. The entrepreneurship officers that are here, you should be, I expect all of you to be on LinkedIn, which is an educational or career platform. When you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have this, but when you talk of educational and career platform, it's LinkedIn. I expect you to be there, such that you can mentor our students, you can showcase yourself, you can showcase what you are doing. And thank God, FUOYE is actually making wave on all social media out of now. So unlike technical skills, soft skills are transferable across professions and industry. And I look forward to the time in which, when we as university teach vocational skills, they should also teach what? Soft skills. And these are, I have soft skills listed here. Communication is very, very important. I think we have a marketer from FUOYE Microfinance Bank here. So we wanted to patronize there. So one of those keys they need to have is the communication skills. They must know how to communicate, how to convince people to buy your market. Even when you are doing very well, and you don't have communication skills, then there is a problem. Some people are not good in vocational skills, but they are good when it comes to bringing people together, and that is teamwork. And we have people that are good when it comes to problem solving. That is why at FUOYE Innovation Hub, we have clusters in which people come together to ideate and to see, they bring it. When you are, when you are sitting together and you have a scientist here, engineering is here, a marketer is here. At the time everybody will be bringing his own opinion, and you discover that whatever. So you don't do research, or you don't innovate in silo. If you are in one corner and say you are innovative, then you discover that whatever you are innovating, or whatever student will not be, if it's not user-centric, nobody is going to buy into the idea. That reminds me when Elon Musk says he is building a rocket that will take us to the moon. People think, they are saying, this guy is mad again. Well, is that possible? Until he told them, he said, when there is war in Nigeria, in the world, where are all of you going to run to? That's when they know that now you are making sense. You get it now. So, when people come together, the way they think is, and also emotional intelligence. Some people cannot, some of our students cannot manage their emotions. So emotional intelligence is also part of soft skills. And then leadership. We must train them to be what? Future leaders. We must train them to be entrepreneurs. They should be able to stand on their own. So soft skills complement technical know-how, ensuring graduates can thrive in our dynamic real-world environment. But we can't be saying all this without mentioning entrepreneurship itself. I'm going to ask us, the entrepreneur officers that are here. I want 3 people to stand up and tell me what is entrepreneurship. Please. 3 participants. What is entrepreneurship? How do you understand it? What it is? What is it meant to be? I hope I'm not fast. My students used to say I'm very fast. I don't know. Please, what is entrepreneurship? See, when you are innovating, every answer is correct. I'm telling you. And I used to cite one example. People don't know until, they told us, there are some babies syrup now, that when you want to open them, mothers will first of all press them down before you open it. They said what they do was that they put all the intelligent children together. Then they put those that are abnormal. They also put them together, and they say, okay, they should open the bottle. They saw that the normal ones are opening it. They saw that those that are the world we think they are abnormal, they are pressing it down as if they want to open it, but which is not possible. And that's what bring about that idea of, okay, let's do this so that the intelligent one will not be able to open such. And that's why that syrup, when you give the kids, they can't open it until you help them to press it down and open. So please know all answers are very correct here. So what is entrepreneurship? Okay, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Entrepreneurship is when you are taking strategic things.
Okay.
Things that, starting from somewhere, and things that that somebody has not done.
Okay.
Think wider than people are thinking.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Any other response? Okay, master. I think we have another mic. I'm trying to make it interactive so that I will not.
Taking up a risk towards establishing a business
Sure.
towards
Sure, sure. Thank you very much, sir. The two answers are very correct. And as I've said, I think what I've said has been captured up there. Is the activity of setting up a business. That's number one. Is the activity of setting up a business or businesses, taking on financial risk. If you cannot take financial risk, then you are not yet an entrepreneur. So in the hope that after some time you are going to make profit. Remember when Dangote was setting up the refinery? I know there will be a lot of risk, but all he has been watching, looking ahead to is the. I will say here that entrepreneurship is a mindset. And it involves a lot of things. People that want to engage in entrepreneurship must be opportunity focused. You get it. You don't trouble and run away from trouble. You tackle it on head on. You have to be innovative. You have to, and anyone that wants to be an entrepreneur must be what? Growth oriented. You don't just start from a very small corner and say that is where you want to remain. And that's to another question here that I said, can you add additional characteristics or attributes of entrepreneurship? Can we just add one or two? What other qualities do you think someone that want to embark on it, what are the qualities you expect them to have? Please. Okay, mommy again.
You must have a good leadership.
Yes, good leadership skill is very, very important. Any other one? The last one? Okay, ma. Yes, a goal-getter. You must have a goal. You must, if you say you want to be an entrepreneur, you don't have a goal. No, that is very, very wrong. You must be a goal-getter. One more, the last one. Yes, ability to be practical. Okay, that is also nice. Everything. Because now it's not about academic knowledge. It's about vocational skill. You have to put your hands in that. So now the second slide is about entrepreneur. Please, who is an entrepreneur now? Who is an entrepreneur? I want another answers from other different perspectives. Okay, a business owner, madam said a business owner. Who is an entrepreneur? One more. Please, who is an entrepreneur? Okay. What you say? Risk taker. Yes, a risk taker is also an entrepreneur. So it's written here, what I've written here is that entrepreneur is the person that is responsible for setting up a business or an enterprise. So he takes the initiative. He is innovative and looks for high achievement. And then an entrepreneur should have the skill. He or she must have the strategy, the leadership skills. I'm talking about that small diagram that I put there. He must have that vision. He must have the vision. He must have the knowledge, the assertiveness, and the idea to execute such a project. So he's a change agent who puts up new projects that create wealth, open up employment opportunity, and leads to the growth of the sector. So those are the attributes of an entrepreneur. But there are some researchers that also define who an entrepreneur is, and that will be in our next slide. According to Joseph's computer, he said that entrepreneur is an individual who introduces something new in the economy. So now, please underline the word new. See, people are making cake, and we think cake is what I don't know. It's not it. Please, an entrepreneur start to look for problem, how to solve it, such that if we have something new to offer the nation, and that is where innovation comes in now. So it may not even be a product. It can be a new way of doing things. It can be a new production method. It could be a new source of raw materials or a new market. Do you get it? So when we are talking about entrepreneur, in fact, when it comes to large-scale entrepreneurship, I will say nobody is already making cake again or making catering service again. When at least they can be doing that, at home, but not in universities. So you must think of, and then the DVC made mention of something the other time. He said some engineering students, they'll just be in their home doing programming, and you see them, they'll be earning millions, they'll be earning in dollars. So that is entrepreneurship. So it has gone far beyond making cake and all those things. So an entrepreneur is the one who always searches for a change, responds to it, and exploits it as an opportunity. And that's what I have said, that as an entrepreneur, you suppose, when you see problem, you start taking it head on. When you see any problem, you consider it an opportunity, and with that one, you make your way. So a true entrepreneur, according to Francis Walker, is that a true entrepreneur is the one who is endowed with more than average capacity in the task of organizing, coordinating the various factors of production. So when you are into entrepreneurship, there are some various factors you need to consider in production, and you must be an expert when it comes to organizing and coordinating your team and so on. So, but we have talked about entrepreneurship, entrepreneur, but there's something that is very, very important which I have categorized in my next slide, and I try to distinguish between a small-scale entrepreneurship and a large-scale entrepreneurship, and that is where I'm going to see where universities in Nigeria are actually missing it. That is the next slide. Now, small-scale approach to entrepreneurship. From the word small scale, it means small, and that is what I am sure that our entrepreneurship at the Federal University and even Federal University of Oye-Ekiti and in most universities in Nigeria have been practicing. It is it is a kind of entrepreneurship that focuses on grassroots, student-led or community-focused ventures that require minimum capital. Underline the word minimum capital. They don't want to pump money into that, just minimum capital. But at least it has some self-reliance and innovation in it. Small scale means you don't want to take risks, and that's why what you can only do is to be making fashion. And let me also borrow from the idea of BBC's Professor Ogunwole. He once said one day, which I sparked, I still meditate on that one day and night, that if my student, my daughter or my son will go to a university and go and be learning how to sew clothes or fashion, it's better I will just send him to Yazukura, where they will train him very well. You see, now that is small scale. People are no longer looking in that direction again. Please and please. So now, what are the key features? And that is why I will still coming to large scale entrepreneurship, which I'm going to also advise our director. Because we discovered that all we do here is the small scale. We need to start looking at startups, big ventures and so such that through our startups, income can be generated even to the university. Now, let me quickly state the features of small-scale approach to entrepreneurship. Key features are as follows: encouraging students to start micro business. Like you can sell cake, you can be sewing clothes, you can be making eyelashes, you can be hair. So it's just like you are just encouraging students to start, a micro business while they are still in school. Focuses on practical, low-risk projects. Nobody wants to take that risk, and when you are an entrepreneur, you must be ready to take the risk. Utilizes available resources, campus market, skill acquisition center, and so on. And promotes personal income generation and self-sufficiency among students. That is to say, when you are a student, when they make this cake or fashion, they can have money. When they do this decoration, they can have money in order to complement their study. But there is another one which I so much prefer in Nigerian university. Is the large-scale approach to entrepreneurship. What is large-scale approach to entrepreneurship? It involves university-driven. You see the word, university-driven. That is to say, our university should begin to wake up and drive entrepreneurship or collaborative venture designed for technology development. Imagine when we have startups. Let me also cite an example. I went to VUT in Vanderbilt in South Africa. I went to their innovation hub. On getting there, I saw a lot of machines. But what interests me most is that they already have a mini factory, not even mini, a big factory that they produce shoes. They produce shoes. All they do, I think, what they were doing at that time when I visited was that maybe a section will be manufacturing. The sole, another one the leather, and then they merging, and with that one they put their logo on it. You get that? They put their logo and they are making sales all through what? South Africa. That is a large scale enterprise. And before I forget, if you see the first diagram I put there, if you see the first diagram, that is how a small approach to entrepreneurship, that's how the tailor will look like. But when you go to the next slide, where we can have, I'm not saying that fashion is not good, I want to, I also use fashion there. But you have a very big industry, having like thousands or millions of machines with a division of labor. You get that? That will definitely generate income. That is a startup. It will generate income to the university, and that is why the entrepreneurial officers that are here, all that you should be your watchword is having startups in Nigeria. So sometimes when they ask us questions when we do ranking, because there are some questions they ask us about, did you have startups? I feel ashamed because to me I have not seen any startup yet at Federal University. But I look forward to one day we are going to maybe we work with entrepreneur. And we see coming to the role that you need to play for that to be fulfilled. You have a lot of role to play. I want us to have startup. And one day, I saw a student send me that in pharmaceutical something, they are already making one type of energy booster or something like a tea that they are making there. I quickly contacted those people in charge. I will have showcased them, but they are trying to keep it private possibly. And I'm looking at it that could be a very nice startup at Federal University. Imagine when you have FUOYE and not just in Oye-Ekiti, but we can find it even abroad. You know that also, when you go abroad in London, seat of London, you see also there. I just black soap. That is innovation. You get that? Also is in everywhere you get to university. When I went to South Africa, I saw it there. You can see it on the shelf there. So we can have FUOYE in any part of the world. That is so. For me, the key features of large-scale approach involves significant investment. Our universities should be ready to invest, infrastructure and partnership as well. Large-scale approach to entrepreneurship focuses on startups, which I have been saying. Tech ops. We should begin to see where we can be arranging for. All these ones you see. Though I've not been to China, but what they told me was that it is all these secondary students that are arranging them. Imagine in secondary school, you are the one arranging your phone, and it's just like a very big thing here in Nigeria. So please and please, tech ops are very, very essential and very, very important. And then then there could be research commercialization. When there commercialization, definitely, we'll be able to generate income through it. It's not only about income, but branding the name of the university. That's why I like myself a lot, because I love branding a lot. Before I was made I think SA the Vice Chancellor on Digital Transformation and Technology, I've been looking at all I say nobody is branding us. I could see online what being done by Harvard. All of us, you just hear Harvard, you hear Oxford. You don't know what they are doing. What they do is that they showcase themselves. When you come, you say, see, we are copying here. And that is what we are actually doing here in Oye now. Even when we come, we say, okay, see us, we are copying. And people will get to know us the more. So now, my next slide just says that is a need for us. There is need for large-scale enterprises, large-scale entrepreneurship in Nigerian university. Then why is it essential? I hope I am still within my time. Why is it essential? There will be economic transformation when you engage in large-scale enterprise. So large-scale university-driven ventures can stimulate job creation. People, even our students, they won't need to be going out to look for job. They will be here. They'll be working. I'm not talking about FUOYE bread now. I'm not talking about FUOYE water now. But when it comes to tech, high tech, they won't go. They will still be here. But then there will be research commercialization. Here in Nigerian university in general, we just do research and forget it about on the shelf of the in fact, some people will not even publish. But now people begin to say, okay, I'm conducting this research. Then how can I turn this research to money? And that's why they are doing what they are doing in pharmacy now, trying to make a tea or immune booster. So I don't know what they will call the name, but I know FUOYE. I've told them that they should carry us along in their innovation and let us be able to guide them on the right thing to do. And then we also have global competitiveness. Therefore, the university will be able to compete with other universities, will be able to compete with other nations. And then there will be a bridge in skills gap. Provide students with exposure to real world, to industry scale challenges, equipping them with the advanced vocational entrepreneurship or leadership skill. So when there is a large scale, your students begin to know how things are done in the industry. You don't need to go to take them out in one industry. There should be an industry here where they will be working. And you know the advantage of this thing? You will even spend less. You will spend less when you use students to do your factory work. That they may be coming 1 hour, this one will do his work and go. Another set of people will go. Even if it's 10 naira per second, per minute, or it's something. But you have the manpower, and you don't have to pay more, and that's where the gain will be. So another point here says fostering university industry government synergy. When the government see that we are now making sense, that's why the government don't take us serious in Nigeria. It's because they will say, what are you doing? You professors, what are you doing? What have you contributed? But when they see that they are startups, they are high tech, they begin to look for us and say, okay, let's collaborate. Let's just invest in you. Therefore, there will be a university, industry, government synergy working together in order to promote the socio-economic stability of the country. Retaining talent, someone that you train, we always have that. Let me read. I say, high impact entrepreneurship opportunities. Discourage brain drain. That will never be brain drain. People will no longer be running to London. I don't know what they look. They go there to do. You think people like me, maybe I'm so different. I was working in South Africa at Cape Peninsula University of Technology, South Africa, and I still didn't feel that I'm coming back to Nigeria. No, it's not by something. It's my mom that wants me to be, and I'm here, and I'm doing wonderfully well. So there will not be brain drain with people who will be looking for greener pastures everywhere. There is nowhere that is so easy. When you get there, in fact, there is Jakarta now, as people are saying. So when we have, we develop our entrepreneurial program and all those things, the people will not need to run away. Now, my next slide is on the current challenges. So we can't do this because there are challenges in Nigerian university. And what are these challenges? There is an overemphasis on theoretical knowledge. And I've said it this time without number. All we do here in Nigerian university is that you get one lecture and then you will write exam. They will say whether you pass or not. But let me tell you something. When they go out of Nigeria, they discover they know nothing. And in fact, somebody on that person we met in Scotland, he will tell us that there are people in Nigeria, they say, I just want to come to Scotland, I have this certificate, I have master. And they, when they bring them, they know nothing to even do, but they say they have certificate. So everything is not about certificate, it's about what you can offer. You get it now? So we should, in Nigeria, we have so much emphasis on theoretical knowledge, and that is why you see that three. When it comes to learning, it has to do with theory and practical or practice. But here, what we only do is theory, and it affected us a lot. In fact, when you travel abroad and you want to use their instrument, they first of all take you they will say, okay, you have to first of all read manual. You read the manual of that machine. After you read it, then somebody will come and train you. After that, they train you. They will not say, okay, you use it. Maybe you want to conduct an experiment, use it yourself. That is hands-on training. That is how it used to be. But here in Nigeria, you are doing research in one university, you send sample to another university. Sometimes they will not even do the experiment. They will just write figure for you and give you. You will not know. Do you get it? So we have to combine theory and practice. And I became so used to that side that even if I buy any phone now, I've been using phone, I will still read the manual. Because I'm telling people may not know. You may be holding phone. Maybe you only know maybe 1/100 of what phones can do. Yeah, if you don't read the manual. So I don't know why we don't read manual in Nigeria. We don't even read this thing they used to write when you want to subscribe to software. They will say there's something they say you should tick. You just accept it without even knowing what you are, whether you comply or not. So we don't like reading. So it is when I read this in my phone, I discovered that, okay, I can have 2 Facebook on my phone, I can have 2 WhatsApp on my phone without carrying 2 SIM. It's called cloning. Do you get it? I was able to do it because I read the manual. If I didn't read the manual, then I would be able to know that. So, my learning university like modern laboratories. That's also another point. We don't equip our laboratory, and that's why I will call on the management it's time for us to have a central laboratory at the Federal University of Oye-Ekiti. Let all the instruments, let them come under one umbrella, central laboratory, such that people can work, people from Ikole can come, people from food can come, people from pharmacy can come. They can walk into that lab and conduct their experiment. So without a central laboratory, we have not started yet. You have not started yet. So we should have imagine when you, in fact, there are some machines in Federal University that you not even know that exist because it's in one department and you don't know whether it's there or not. But when we collect everything together under one umbrella, everybody will know, and then we have a website. And that is what at Stellenbosch University, they have a central laboratory there. That when you get to their website, you will know, you will see the list of their equipment and who you are to contact in case you want to use such instrument. With that, people will know that. In fact, there is one of our colleagues. She said, I was told, I'm not sure because I've not asked her. She said she don't know that there is anything entrepreneurship at Federal University of Oye-Ekiti. And she's here today. I don't know whether I'm correct. People don't really know what exists or doesn't exist. So that's what we can do. And then curricula often neglect critical soft skill development, which I've said. Nobody is training students how to talk or how to communicate. That's what I mean by talk. How to communicate, how to present yourself, how to showcase yourself. Nobody is doing that. And as the DVC have said that we should create a platform, and then we try to guide people how you can also showcase yourself, what platform you need to be in order to be known. Because when people see your content, that's why they say, okay, you have that expertise, let me engage you. That's the way it is. So as a result, graduates face difficulty adapting to workplace demands or launching their own ventures. So because there is no practical skill, they cannot stand on their own. So this gap limits Nigerian ability to harness the innovative potential to its youth population. And then the vocational and the soft skill, they all have their roles in driving innovation. And then what are these roles? Number one, when you have a vocational skill, when you have soft skills combined, it will encourage entrepreneurship. Don't let me go into detail. Right? We can share it after the lecture. It will bridge the gap. It will bridge the gap between academia and industry. The academics will begin to say, okay, I have this research. They will go to the industry. How can we put this one forward? What are the things we need to do? So there will be a bridge in that gap. And then, that it will promote problem solving and critical thinking. People will begin to think creatively. People will start thinking creatively in university, and then enhancing employability and adaptability. It is a very nice CV. I'm not talking about certificate. When you have that skills and you are able to present yourself, that you'll be employable, and then you'll be able to adapt to industry, and then it stimulates technological advancement. But all this cannot be done without the role of you and I, and that is the role of students and staff in driving innovation. So I separated that into two: the role of the university staff and the role of students. The role of university staff first. I said, so design and deliver curricula that integrate both academic knowledge and practical skills development. I think we are already doing that at Federal University of Oye-Ekiti. We already have vocational studies in I think GST. Yeah, which is very nice of us. So we should also, and as entrepreneurial leaders, you should start to the upcoming ones. You mentor your colleagues, mentor the students, so that they have the mindset in order to be able to stand on their own. You should guide students in innovative. This thing is, that's the disadvantage of this one. It's already hanging. And then what is the role of student? Let me just go there quickly. The role of student, I discovered something also in Federal University of Oye-Ekiti and also Nigeria. When you have program, people don't show up. Not even students, or not only students, but even staff. When this program is to start, it is the time is actually 10 o'clock. But unfortunately, we saw people are coming at 11, past 11, which I think is not proper. So students and staff should try to manage their time. When we say this so time, you must, in fact, when we have a program and I should be there, I think I should be there maybe 10 minutes or 20 minutes before. And that will show that we are actually serious about whatever I want to do. Okay, I'm there now. So you should also train students to engage in problem-solving projects, hackathons, and innovation challenge. When I get to what we are doing, I will also going to mention what we have been able to do at our hub. Embrace a mindset of creativity, self-reliance, and continuous learning in those students. You know, you also collaborate with peer staff. Please, whenever you train our students not to do project in silo. Somebody came to me in my office and said, see, I have an innovation. I said, what is your innovation? He said, he want to create a TV that it will just be playing itself. How will TV be playing itself? I said, what happened? I said, okay, people will be acting movie. I said, oh, he said, yes, that we just put it there and they will be playing. I said, okay, who are those people that will be acting the movie you want to say? That's why you look at that. It's true. It's because they have been working inside, they have been working alone. So when you work with peers, you work with don't hide anything. And that's why I don't know what's wrong with you. In Nigerian university, when somebody is doing a project, they will be hiding it so that the other person will, this is a free world. You should be able to, bring in your peers and you have to rub mind. If you are looking at this way, you will be looking at the other way. And then you come up with fantastic projects. And when it comes to the role of staff again, you need to start collaborating with industry organizations. So even when it comes to, as I've said the other time, don't let me forget, sir, the startup, we need to start something. Maybe when we have a very big hall, even more than this size, and even if it's fashion, if it's only one, let's assume we say, okay, we want to be making ties, and it's been called FUOYE ties, and it is mass production. It will not only be sold here in Oye, it will go to as far as Lagos, Port Harcourt, and so on. So that is and even if it's palm sander, that let's just brand it and start generating income, not the small, the large scale one that we can invest. Before we know it, we'll be making our soul by ourselves, we'll be making our leather by ourselves, and we'll be producing it by ourselves. That is what I say I want to say. So now I go to the next slide. It's on FUOYE Innovation Hub, because I'm about to finish. So let me give you a big background of FUOYE Innovation Hub. There was a time the Vice Chancellor, I wasn't a director at that time, he sent me to Innovate Lab in Abuja. And on getting there, I have also thought maybe I can do. When I got there, I became a student. Because you get to a certain places at times, you discover that you know nothing. And I say, how can this place be here? And I've never heard of it. It became, I was so surprised. It's called Innovation Hub. You can Google it online, where they bring together people that will bring ideas. In fact, when you say you have idea and you go there, they will nurture your idea. And to make the matter worse, they were telling us that our institution used to send people there every year. I said, they send people here? I was so surprised. You get it, and then they were trying to encourage us and say, okay, when you go back to your institution, make sure you replicate what you are seeing there. They don't know that they are telling me that if I have already snapped everything that is there, I snap them, I have them on my phone here. Okay, this is how this one should be. This is how this one should be. I have them. So immediately, I think it was a week training at Innovate Hub. Then I put a call through to the Vice Chancellor. Luckily, the Vice Chancellor was also at MIT at that time. Vice Chancellor told me, yeah, there is innovation lab. Our own, that place is up. That place, President said, okay, you have to do something. You have to do something. We must have this in our island. But because there are no facilities, there is nothing. And the Vice Chancellor said, I must start something. So I just give you an imaginary product. I will just go and I will say, I think immediately we inaugurated a committee, which I thank University Innovation and Digital Committee. They are also here. Please, they are all doing a wonderful job. So what we did, we created that committee. Please, a round of applause for my committee. So we started an imaginary hall. What I mean by imaginary is that there was no physical structure at all. But we put into coding, they are there. People into this cinematography. That's why you see some of those content on our social media. We put it there. But at that time, there was no physical facility, but we are still doing it. People will call me, they want to come to the hub. I'm saying, see, there's no hub anywhere. Everything is is online. So, but with grace, I think in 2025, giving our hub, which is also there, but said that we are still facing, there are no furnitures there even now. But we believe that the university is going to equip it. So what are those things we do at the hub? What we do is that, we had the innovation boot camp, in 2024, and then is that actually 2004 then? No, in 2024 and 2025 we have our boot camp. That's one. That 2024 own, we have 2024. The attendance is typographical error. We don't even have a hub at that time. We have, so we also train our students in Python coding, grant winning, and then mentorship. We mentor them. I told you that we have different sections. That people that are into different expertise. So we train them, we tutor them, and then we offer them tools and resources. Some of them will come to me, they say we want to do photography, we want to make film, or we want to conduct interview. I will say, okay, you are doing it right away. Okay, we also have incubation program, ideation, and so on. So let me jump, because my time is up, let me just do this recommendation. But let me read my conclusion, because it's very, very important. Nigeria's future depends on the ability of its university to produce graduates who are not only knowledgeable, but also skilled, innovative, and adaptable. Vocational and soft skills development bridges the gap between education and economic realities. By investing in these areas, Nigerian university can become breeding grounds for innovation, job creation, and national development. Together, we can transform Nigeria's youth into solution providers and global change agents. Thank you all for listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Dear colleagues, without us, we all agree with that our resource person today is eminently qualified for the role. And you already know him very well. You'll be working with him. And today, you're having the opportunity of interacting with him. And before he goes first, because as far as we do this session, we have to do ourselves just 2 minutes for our break before we go to the second and third session. We're going to match together. There will be questions. Like this retreat, not seminar. Retreat in terms of relationship, where we have power of purpose. I have taken it and I have linked up innovation with entrepreneurship, with vocational education. We want to ask as a exam. So I want to start by asking questions from you.
Okay, sir.
The question I want to put to you goes to the university system.
Yes, sir.
At inception, we had an idea. The Entrepreneurial Development Center was an idea hub, to use that word, for the university.
Yes, sir.
Brought up water proposal, at least pipe bomb water, like bottled water, water, you can call it, bottled water. Bakery, fishery, and I could remember printing. In fact, the university, the center had screen printing machine, and some small things. We thought that the university would leverage on this. Like you said, up to now, nothing. All those documents are just now what I'm going to is recently the university went into PPP with some people. We learned of Oye water, we learned of Oye bakery, and I don't know, I think Oye printing press. Yeah. I'm talking now, I don't know which one is actually printing. Meanwhile, we have the market.
Okay. We have the market.
University students and the staff, there are enough market, inexhaustible market for us, for the university to really make money. But where are we? When you talk of large scale,
let's get entrepreneurship.
Large scale entrepreneurship in the university system.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, what is actually done with that system? Maybe you answer us.
Thank you very much, sir, for the question. I think what I will say is that I told me when this program, the lecture started, I said an entrepreneur are those people that are ready to take risks. I think the university is not ready to take risks. That's just the problem. They are saying, okay, if I commit this billion or million into this, will I be able to get it back? That is the major problem. You see, I said, oh, I'm a Nigerian, but the way I see Nigeria is different. In fact, when it comes to money, I don't think Nigeria, you can't put Nigerians where there's money. So even if the university put money into, they will just be thinking, will somebody not embrace with this money? Because people are fond of money making. When they put them in a position, all they look for is to get their, they say, this is my own time to make money. That's it. So that idea is actually what is killing. So the institution is actually thinking, okay, they don't want to take that risk. I think that's the problem. Yes, sir. Thanks. Or is there any other contribution with regards to that? So the all learning. Okay.
Good morning, participants.
Good morning,
I
sir.
think that, just like I said, it's a Nigerian factor. And from my experience and what I've gathered over the year, it's like it's repetitive for all government transactions.
Sure.
So for a university or any government transaction to survive in entrepreneurship and innovation, it should be that there will be a kind of MOU. Not staff. Even staff are productive, innovative, and they have the talent and the experience. Most of the time, you wish want.
Yeah, sure.
Most of the time, if you are the director of entrepreneurial innovation, I think that you are making money. Even the suit you are wearing is from the money. And if you bring that idea, and because of politics or because of one thing or the other, and you want to build your position,
Yeah, sure. I don't have the idea.
I do have that innovation. But because you are succeeding, I want to take over your success. And there's no way, if you don't have the knowledge of gathering innovation, there's no way you can run it.
At all.
That's number one. But for a university, they do not use staff. I would suggest that can be a kind of support system. But if they have people that are entrepreneurs and they have the gift, they have the grace, they can partner with them with a very robust emotion, train and see that other maybe another provider is coming along, and the person will be paid on commission.
On commission, yeah.
See it's running seamlessly. Because in private, they are thriving.
They are thriving, yes.
When you come to government, they kill innovation.
They kill it, yeah.
So that is just my own take.
Yeah, that is a very vital point. You have said it all, sir. Yeah. Yes, I think I am done now. Okay, you also have something to say. Yes, sir.
It's another area now.
Okay.
I want us to look at this thing in a practical way. First and foremost, there was a picture you showed us, theory and practical. In Nigerian factor, I happen to have studied in UNILAG and UNA. And I realized that when they are doing the theory, it's purely 99%. Even though it costs practical bills. Is there any way in FUOYE or how the management can be advised in changing the teaching mode? Because if we keep having this meeting like this, and teaching mode is not very well annexed. I went for a training at a time. We were trying to teach us how to be a project manager. But the way I've learned project manager for 10 years is so different. It's just they are two worlds apart. And so the question will be, what is the approach? Having every kind of workshop on the teaching mode in FUOYE as an institution. And the teaching mode is not effective. So, what can we do to define the teaching mode, even though we still have the same curriculum?
Okay. Thank you very much for the question. To me, it's very simple. The idea behind the innovation hub is actually to take charge of that. If of your question, if the curriculum have been based on teaching, our hub should be able to take up that role, and that is why we have Python workshop, coding workshop, how to secure grant winning, and all. So I'm very sure by the time we stand our grant, the hub should be able to take that role. I'm very sure, and even maybe with time we also have entrepreneurship hub as well, so that students will go there for the practical.
Maybe the status quo on the current curriculum still remains.
Yes, because it's from the government, it's from CC Mass. You can't go away. So, yeah, that's integration. We have a lot of students that come to us and we train them. So they combine the skills, both the one in the classroom and the one at the hub. That's one of the functions of the hub. Thank you. I know now. I know. Yeah.
I see myself as an entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur, yes. Yeah.
Combining the practical teaching sense into reality of life. We know that what we do in the classroom, in practical sense, I'm sorry, no fear to anybody. What we do in practical is quite different from what these people see in the real world.
Sure. It's quite different.
So I believe that we can be able to bring teaching, make it live, make it real, make it the way teaching is supposed to teach. Teach the way we are supposed to teach. So I want to ask, I'm sorry.
Okay.
How can we really, because some of us, they see us as the ones, like the unicorns, or because what? You will say students, you must do it
This way.
the way it's supposed to be done. Then you become the architect or so how can we, because it's a mindset that has been published by days over years, that maybe we have a lot of work to do to start or working on ourselves to correct the bad mindset. So what can we really do? Because some of us, sincerely, I was about telling my age, it's like, hey, what about you? I'm telling you that, I'm a because what they do is, once they see that this one is doing oversabi, you will now see that instead of them giving you practical courses that will make the student go there, they will not do courses again. You will now see yourself having one course, one next out of 30 or 40 courses. Because they think you will do oversabi. So teach the right thing the right way. So what do we do? Because some of us are getting the story, and there's no way some of us to go.
No, I haven't
business.
But you also compliment.
Because business time and the lecture time, they are sharing themselves. So what do we really pour ourselves into the system and release our value? And yet we still be valuable and not valueless.
My response before the director was okay, sir.
When you look at the black man, there's a problem. I will start by saying this. Why is it that we refuse to go? Our forefathers, they had capacity to do so many things. They could even fly without having a plane. They were flying, traveling from one place to another. They were doing things that they call it canopy. They will not step. They are not because they are in the next step, they are in Lagos. They will buy their goods, they come back.
Are you getting
this, sir? There was, they call it Ipe, that is telephone. You will be in somebody will be talking to you, you will hear his voice, and then you will reply. They have it, they use some things. It looks like, I have seen it before, it looks like this seashell.
Sure.
Are you getting me now? When I was growing up, I grew up with my grandfather. He was into native things, so I saw some things, I could still remember. But you know what? They hid the secrets from us. But today we have phone. I'm very sure if this phone was black man that invented this thing. You want to, you might even his own children, you might even want them to go. And go to when the guys, so many opportunities now in the past. They are all gone. Now when you look at Chinese will give you this phone, but they will use another thing. They will do it in such a way that they will put their material, local materials, they will use most of the phones they use. They sell us iPhone, big ones, but they will use this tiny one.
Mm.
If you look at that, but if you are using a very tiny phone, the people will look at you as a poor man.
Mm.
They are the one making it, selling their products. The one they are selling, they are not
using it.
You go to any party, you see any Chinese restaurant, you see local things.
Yeah. Mm.
Now they are taking our fufu and cassava and even cocoa.
Yeah.
Planting cocoa now.
Mm.
So the problem is our mindset. And that's the problem of entrepreneurship. Anywhere you find yourself. I'll tell you something in the academics, in the educational sector. You'll be wondering what is happening with us. What is happening? What is going on? Our own professors. Sorry, sir, I'm a professor. I'm not a professor. Professors, we invite them to AUC. They let you to come and sit down, to come and give their policy decisions. They came with 6334. It failed. Now they are coming out with writing exams in what do you call it?
CBT. Yeah.
CBT. There will be no during our own time we did comprehension. We did composition. We write and write. In fact, composition is very, very serious. They will give a topic, we will discuss, they will say 250 words, only 2,500 words, 5,000, at least I'm very sure some of us will remember. But now, what are we having? They are recommending CC, and what do you call it? CBT. Dollar was just stick. And then are they going us? What is happening with their background and they are giving out something else? Same people. And one progress. They are the ones teaching in the classrooms. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Some of the things you are doing now, not everybody will like it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not an academic staff. Nobody sees my input because I am not a PhD holder. But PhD, when you have PhD, sorry, I'm not saying PhD is not a good thing. It's a very good thing. I'm a reason for not having PhD. It's not as if I was a dunce. I'm one of the best. This is the guy that's going to give us the second lecture. You will see what it's made of. You have seen it all. That's entrepreneurship is experiential. Innovation is experiential. When you come up with an idea, you build on it, you brand it, becomes something.
Yeah, sure.
There is no reason why FUOYE should not have FUOYE honey, organic honey. You have no reason at all. You have no excuse.
Sure.
Free. You have land, acres of land in the country.
Yeah.
Not occupied. It's just green bush. It's all we can call it. I don't know whether there is something like bush. It's just there. And we can leverage on. But because we are too educated, we are too elitist, all we need is just let us do it in such a way that and everybody is running after positions.
Positions, yes.
No substance. Just get either he is going to work or something, but just get positions. I think that was the problem. The problem of mindset.
Okay, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And to complement what the director has said, I would say that you should not relent in what you are doing. When we first started at Innovation Hub, there are news, they will say, Ayanda is doing what we are doing. In fact, like maybe 5 different departments, the units, they will say, Ayanda is doing whatever we are doing. But one day I told the vice chancellor, I said, if you see anything that somebody is supposed to do and did not do, be doing it. And that's what I am doing. So there are so many confrontations, even the innovation of some people are saying they are the one that created it. I say, me that I went to innovate up and I brought the idea. The vice chancellor said that those people that have been going every year, what did they bring to Oye-Ekiti? That was what the vice chancellor said. What did they bring? They brought nothing. But now somebody went and what they said is our idea. So please do not relent in all that you are doing. Thank you very much, sir.